Monday, February 15th, 2021. As we see the pandemic continue, inflation is here, but most Americans don't know it. Many more people are unemployed today than before the pandemic. That means that there's less production. Yet, you'll find from looking at government data that income has increased during the time period of the stimulus during the pandemic. Now, how is that possible? That income has increased even though there's less people working and there's less production. It's because the government is sending out free money. So if the government is printing more money out of thin air, sending it to people who are producing less, how is that not the definition of inflation? Inflation is already here, and people don't even realize what's occurring. Look at the price to earnings ratio on the stock market. Companies are producing less. They have less earnings, yet their prices keep increasing. How is that possible? Stock market prices increase with less sales. Housing prices increasing. Cryptocurrencies increasing. This is all related to a debasement of the currency. There's even talk of a universal basic income because they're saying robots are going to start producing. So what's actually happening? People are getting money. A lot of people are getting money and putting it in the stock market through the Robinhood app. Of course, since many people aren't working, but they're getting free money from the government, which is going into the stock market. Also, huge corporations are getting loans from the government at non-existent interest rates, and also getting money from the government to keep some people employed. This is all leading to a debasement of the currency. Let's look at suicide rates, or what we have come to call deaths of despair. When you look at this chart that I'm going to post, you'll see deaths of despair have gone up at a steep angle for white people with no college degree. With black people with no college degree also have gone up. With white people with a college degree, it's gone up, but not at such a steep level. And for black people with a college degree, it's declined. Another reason why I don't pay any attention to the Black Lives Matters movement, because there is no institutionalized discrimination. But what are deaths of despair? Deaths of despair are increases in deaths due to obviously suicide, alcohol, the opioid epidemic, drugs, addictive drugs, illegal drugs. So what you'll notice, the general pattern is people without a college degree are in deep trouble in the United States. And I would say people with these worthless degrees, like gender studies. Who knows? They've got all kinds of these crazy different degrees, humanities types degrees, English literature, French art. People with non-STEM degrees, science, technology, engineering, and math, are also going to be in trouble in the workplace. But let's just take a look at people with no degrees, no college degrees. Their deaths of despair, the rates of deaths of despair are going up at a steep level. And even white people with degrees, their rates of death of despair is increasing. So we're seeing two different pictures that are painted here. One, the government talks about how everything's okay. And two, what you can actually see all around you, what you can detect is actually going on. And what's going to happen, I guarantee you that, is that the stock market is going to crash and there's going to be a lot of suicides. This deaths of despair ratio is going to get steeper when these cryptocurrencies, I don't know which ones, maybe all of them, but I can assure you some of them are going to crash also. And we're going to have more deaths of despair. Big problems are coming. So you're going to have to assure your resources. Make sure that you're keeping your money in safe places. Maybe even make sure that you're not in the dollar and you're invested outside the country, because I think there's going to be a great financial crash in the United States. Having left the United States and renouncing my citizenship, I feel I have the experience to help other Americans do the same. Renouncing my citizenship would turn out to be one of the best economic decisions I would ever make. Not to mention the benefits to my physical and psychological well-being. Today, I consider myself a free man. If you need help leaving the United States, renouncing your citizenship, acquiring a new citizenship, or just someone to talk to help you on this difficult journey, then contact me by email and we can set up consultations. You can also donate to my PayPal account. The information is in the low bar.